This is WIUR Radio.
Hi, this is Anthony Carlo, TV news reporter in New York City and proud alum. If you're looking for a career in media, Iona is the place to be. From internships to real-world experience, Iona's media program is unprecedented. Take it from an industry professional who made it in the biz.
Now back to WIUR, Iona University Radio.
We're rolling, brother.
All right, we're back.
We are back.
We are back this today. I have a guest speaker.
BG.
BG.
How we doing, guys?
How you guys doing? I'm Daniel J. I'll be your host on Daniel J on radio once again. So where should we start?
Wherever you want, man.
All right, I know you said Full House is your favorite show, right?
Of all time. All time.
All time. Same.
Yeah.
I remember it back when I was younger. It would be on like every morning and every night.
Yeah. No, it used to be on Nick at Night after 8 o'clock. So going to bed as a second and third grader, I'd fall asleep to that on the TV. And that's how my love for Full House grew, because I started watching all the clips on YouTube afterwards. And then just this past summer, I found a new love for it because I was watching a full binge of Fuller House, which, by the way, isn't as good as the original, but it will do. But that actually got me into getting all 8 seasons on DVD for Full House, and I have proudly said that I've watched it all. So
Yeah, I remember it took me a while. I used to see like my sister watching that show and my parents, and I would be like, how could you like this show? But then as I just remember that I started seeing some scenes, they were like, I can't put into words how funny they were. I think what really got me was when I saw, I think it was Uncle Jesse and Joey on a plane. They were about to do like a loop or something.
Yeah.
I was dying, man.
Yeah, because the context of that was Jesse and Rebecca's dad had a conversation before they got married, and it was basically around doing what he wants to do. And the last thing Jesse wanted to do before getting married was jumping off a helicopter. So Joey drove the helicopter, and Jesse, he didn't have his parachute, and he landed into a tree, and he was so late for his wedding that he took this guy's truck full of apples, and the police caught him before he could run off, and he actually got arrested.
Oh, yeah.
And he got put into a holding cell, and Rebecca, in her full wedding gown, was so worried that she got the call that Jesse got arrested, and she rushed over to the holding cell, and they actually, gave him a break. They released him from bail, and the rest of the story. That's how they got married. It's not your typical love story, wedding story. So that was actually a pretty good episode to watch.
Yeah, it certainly is a great one, though.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, Full House has a lot of really classic, funny, corny episodes. In my opinion, I think it starts to get even better at the start of season 5 when the girls are maturing, and then as you go up, it gets better.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I remember, like, because a few years ago, I started watching from the very beginning, and I was like, this is so sweet. Like, I'm, like, just seeing how young they were, but then, like, growing up, too, like the newer seasons, I was like, yeah, like, this is so much better, though, at the same time.
Yeah, because they all showcase their, unique personalities. Michelle obviously looks up to her 2 big sisters and has that little charismatic, annoying, sass. And Stephanie, being the middle child, she's a little more entitled and all that, and she's also very sassy. And DJ's like the mature one as the show goes on, She wants her sisters to be out of her private life because, as many of you know, she dated Steve and then dated I think Dragon or something. It was part of Jesse's rock band at the Viper. I knew it was something like that. So there were a few instances in the show where Stephanie and Michelle would read DJ's diary while she's out because they always wanted to be involved in some sorts in knowing her love life. So,
oh
yeah,
because I never saw that part, but that is like, wow, that's pretty low. I mean, even though they care about her, like, come on, get out of. Like, don't go into her private life.
They always intruded for sure.
Sounds like that. I mean, I I know that especially like Michelle can be pretty nosy.
Yes.
Stephanie, she's done a lot of. I think out of everyone in the show, Stephanie has done the craziest things.
Oh yeah.
Didn't her and Michelle ended up in New Zealand or something?
So yes, they accidentally got on a flight thinking that there would be free food, and you know how Oakland, California, and Auckland, New Zealand are sounding familiar? Obviously,
Oh,
they're little
yes.
kids, so they don't understand. So they wanted to be on a plane having food, thinking it was going to Oakland because Oakland from San Francisco, where the show takes place, is a good 30-minute thing. And you could only imagine how long it is on a plane. Instead, they went to Auckland. However, Danny got in contact with the people at the airport and they sent them right back, which was kind of funny. So,
I think I gotta say, Danny's got to be my favorite character in the show.
yeah.
Even though he really knows how to discipline his kids. I get every time he says that he's grounding his kids or whatever. I don't know. I mean, he's doing the right thing, but still.
Like there was an example when Stephanie wanted to get her ears pierced to look like her friends. And she got Kimmy Gibbler, out of all people, who is the annoying neighbor in the show, to pierce her ears with an infected needle. And once Danny found that out, she at first came clear because her ears were hurting. And she wanted to just clear the air on that. Danny, obviously, stood up and all that. He grounds his child.
Yeah.
Because that's just this show. While it's funny, it also teaches about moral life lessons and discipline. All right, and that really stems from them losing their mother and having what's essentially three fathers. So in that like structure, that's kind of tough to follow. So that's why they really emphasize on those points.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love any show that like they've combined both humor and also like teaching you real life lessons. Like those are my favorite kinds of shows by far, and like I
Yeah.
know plenty of them. But yeah, I like also. I actually remember there was a time when I think it was Stephanie and DJ that actually did get away with something without Danny knowing.
Remember, they were fighting over the closet pole
Yes.
that they accidentally broke, and obviously, you know how Danny is very neat and has OCD. So they wanted to look like him at first because she always looks up to DJ. So they were going to get a couple suits and ties, and then in the process, the closet thing fell, and then they were fighting over the pole to get it back up so that they could fix the closet, and they made a hole in his wall.
Yeah.
And what they did was they moved their dresser to cover the hole. However, a lot of things were shifted to the right, and as like I said, Danny has a lot of OCD, so it was funny. He was taking off his his cloak, and he placed it in the spot he thought was his coat rack, but the coat rack was shifted right because the dresser was shifted right. So they to cover it up, they made a song about how much they love him on the fly, which was really one of my all-time favorite episodes, by the way. Oh, it was great.
Oh, you can't forget Uncle Jesse's head was like poking through it.
Yes, because Jesse and Becky, when they moved in, they had a retractable bed. So when they were trying to make renovations in the attic where they live, Jesse got stuck accidentally pressing a button, and the bed leveled up to where it could cover him, and it actually forced his head to like poke through a wall.
Oh,
and
that's
Joey was playing tricks on him. Yeah,
Oh,
that was funny.
yeah.
That was funny.
I remember my first time. It was just a random like Saturday night or something. I was like with my close friends. It was just on in the background, and then at the end of the episode, we were like, "What? They actually got away with it?"
Yeah, right.
Like,
No,
we were
yeah,
so surprised and
because you would
confused.
think if Michelle got grounded for bringing a pool inside
All
and
that.
going swimming, you would think that'd be the same discipline, but they actually got away with something which surprised me personally.
You know what else I found? I think one of the funniest moments I've seen in the show as well. I got to give this an honorable mention. Remember when there was that lady that had that pet monkey over?
Yes.
What was it?
Yes, yes,
Ginger, right?
Ginger. Yes, yes, yes.
And what was it? Uncle Jesse was sleeping and like the monkey was like beating him up.
Yeah, yeah. He smacked him. Yeah, yeah. That was great. That was great. And
That was
then
wild.
so the monkey came into the attic and he started smacking him, and Becky came in, and all that time since Uncle Jesse was sleeping, he thought the monkey was Becky. So once he started like wrapping his arm around the monkey, he was like, "Becky, you didn't shave." So Becky started laughing hysterically, and then when he realized who was caressing him, that was hilarious. That was an all-timer. There was a lot of great animal moments in the show. Like there was, I think, no, that wasn't a new show, but there was a donkey at one point, and
that.
yeah, because Kimmy took Michelle to the candy store, and on the way to the candy store, they stopped by a petting zoo, and they had a donkey for sale. So Kimmy bought the donkey for Michelle, and Michelle bought it home. And you know, Danny, you know how clean he is, so donkeys make a lot of mess, and he was annoyed. And Uncle Jesse was like the one person in the family there where the donkey was very attached to. So it was kind of funny how Jesse got countless hours of sleep just to patrol the house. And there was a time they were sleeping on the couch together. Well, the donkey wasn't, but Jesse was trying to. And he started singing that one song, "Come on, knock on our door, and we'll be waiting for you." And then the donkey breathed like towards him, and he was like, "You need some donkey perfume." That was good. That was really good.
I was thinking about because there was another episode where I don't know, they were all saying that Danny was like a clean freak or something, so he left the house and he was with that donkey. Like I didn't know there was another donkey.
So yeah, that was the episode where DJ was just getting a little bullied in her new high school, and there was a rumor going around about her being the worst kisser in the school. However, since she's getting older, she didn't feel the need to go to Danny about it, because obviously as you get older, you don't tell your parents every single detail of your life, right? So like DJ felt that way about Danny because she didn't want to, number one, get embarrassed, and number two, as an older person, you don't rely on your parents as much because you don't need them to fix problems like they did when you were younger. And it was technically just that. She was able to handle it on her own. So it was good. And so then, because of all that, Danny went into the outside wilderness because, like, he wanted a break from life. So he started to just venture around and see the donkey on the mountain.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was like, "I saw you guys doing business over there in the middle of the jungle. Do you guys ever clean up and stuff?" Because obviously he's a neat freak. So, you know, he always shows his character no matter where he's at, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love Bob Saget, like just as a comedian.
Yeah.
I've seen I heard he's really good. I saw him on you remember America's Funniest Home Video?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
He was the host for a long time. And he was also a part of this one show. It was also a sitcom about a widowed husband. It was called Raising Dad. And it actually starred one of the ladies from The Sopranos. So, personally, for me, that was pretty cool seeing two stars from two of my favorite shows merged together as father and daughter. But that didn't last really long. That only went for one season. But yeah, no, he was a really good comedian. I know there's a lot of controversy around him. And I know he had a lot of dirty bits, which I understand could, rub people the wrong way. But at the end of the day, he was the star of my favorite show. So that I have in my heart. That's something that I won't forget. And when I found out about his death, I was so devastated because I'm one of the biggest Full House fans, and I remember where I was at and everything. It's one of those things. It's one of those instances. I was watching football and I saw a retweet of somebody saying "rest in peace." So I was like, "Who is this?" And there it was. TMZ said Bob Saget, and I was like, "What?" are you kidding me? That's Danny Tanner. He was only 65 years old.
Oh wow, I thought he'd be
So
older.
yeah, no, and it revealed that he was in a hotel in Orlando doing a actual comedy show. So he died doing what he loved, and I guess he hit his head on I think um, the little base of like the bathtub, and he went to sleep that night and he didn't wake up, which very upsetting. But
Oh.
in his honor, I always like to watch his best parenting moments because he was oriented as America's dad.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
hmm
Yeah, that guy, like he especially was able to combine both being like a good like disciplinary father to also being like just a funny guy in general, you know?
For sure, man. Like, I feel like Jeff Franklin, he knew what he was doing. He put a comedian like that, a rock star, and like another comedian all together. All right. And it worked out well. It was the show of the 90s, in my opinion, at least.
Oh, it was in the 90s, right?
Well,
Sometimes think it's the 80s.
technically, it started in 1987,
Oh,
but that was when Michelle was an infant and they were just starting to, you know, plot everything. But a lot of its peak and the show itself ended in 1995. So it
oh,
lasted for 8 years.
wow, that's a long time.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. And the reason why it ended is because apparently they were offering them to move to CBS, but John Stamos, Uncle Jesse, didn't agree with that. So the show was, put away. And then we look 30 years later, they came out with the Netflix original Fuller House. And it was the same family display, if you will. It was just it was reversed. DJ was the widow. Stephanie moved in. Kimmy was the best friend. The Olsen twins weren't in it, which really disappointed me personally.
Yeah.
But a lot of something they could have done better was display the old timers like Danny, Jesse, and Joey and Becky. I mean, Becky had a lot of controversy towards the end, but if only like they would star them in more episodes, like in some sort of role. And if the Olsen twins came back for that wedding episode, that would have been amazing end to that, spin-off.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like they should have had Michelle like have like a cameo or like a surprise appearance, you know?
Yeah, and they were negotiating, but since they were running a fashion design thing in New York City, they didn't really want to go back to acting because I kind of get it. You know, your whole childhood is revolved around this show.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
you don't you're not an ordinary child when it comes to that. Like you have to take some days off of school. You got to go act with these people. You don't really have time for social life with people in your friend group. That's what makes it so good that they're twins, right? Because at least they had each other during
Yeah,
all that time. And
exactly.
now look where they are now.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Fuller House actually made a reference on Ramona's birthday. She got I think it was jewelry from Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen, and they actually portrayed them as Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. And Kimmy was like, "Wow, with these prices for this jewelry, no wonder they quit acting." And it was kind of a dig at Michelle. So yeah, it was great. Um, but
I mean, I'm glad they're doing successful.
nah, somewhat. It's sad that they didn't make a cameo, but look, they're doing what they want, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's funny because they even tried recruiting their other sister, Elizabeth Olsen, who's in WandaVision, to play Michelle in this spinoff, and that even didn't even work. So
Oh, that
yeah,
would have been cool.
that would have been cool. I mean, it wouldn't have been the same, but at least the characters back in the show.
Yeah, that's what I would have hoped for. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if the character itself was back.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't even know they had another sister.
I just found that out through WandaVision, to be honest with you. I didn't put it together at first because Olsen's a common last name, right?
Oh, really?
So yeah, I'd say so.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. What are the odds
Yeah.
that they're related? But yeah, the more you know.
Yeah, the
Right?
more you know.
The more you know.
Should we didn't do this last time, but should we run an ad break?
Yeah,
Real quick?
why not?
All right.
This is WIUR Radio.
Hi, I'm Morgan Beastie from the Ionian, and I hope you're enjoying today's show. Are you looking for the latest scoop on campus news, sports, and more? Check out the Ionian, Iona University's very own award-winning student newspaper. We keep you up to date with everything happening on and off campus. Want to know about the big game, the latest campus event? It's all in the Ionian. Join the conversation. Read, write, and get involved. Visit www.theionian.org or pick up a copy around campus. Stay informed, stay connected. Now, back to WIUR, Iona University Radio.
All right, so we are back. So, Vinny, we were also talking about what other shows do you remember from your childhood?
All right. So now that like I'm more of a sports guy, I don't really watch TV as much. But I could tell you growing up, I watched a lot of SpongeBob. I watched some Rugrats on the side. But I was more of like a Disney Channel / Cartoon Network guy. So I'll start off with Cartoon Network. You obviously had Adventure Time. You had Regular Show. But my personal favorite from that was Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, I
Alright.
love that one.
It gave me a lot of great memories from when I would take family trips annually to Ocean City, Maryland. That was always my go-to whenever I would come up from the indoor pool that was in my hotel complex. That was the first thing you'd see. You'd see Beast Boy and Raven, having a love-hate relationship, and you'd see just Cyborg being Cyborg, and then you'd have Robin crushing on Starfire very, 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 very constantly. So, you had that. You had some of the other shows, such as like Steven Universe, and then Adult Swim would come on, and I was young, but I also like to watch King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. I gotta start watching
Yeah.
that show.
Really
I
good.
hear it's very good.
Really good. And then they would follow that by either Beavis and Butthead, American Dad, or Bob's Burgers.
Yo, Bob's Burgers is like my favorite sitcom, bro.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. Oh yeah. So I had a lot of fun watching those. And as for Disney Channel, I would watch a lot of Jessie, a lot of Ant Farm, Shake It Off. Wow. Saying these shows for the first time in like 10, 15 years is really, really weird. But yeah, I used to watch a lot of that. Austin and Alley. Man, there's more. Wizards of Waverly. And then as for Nickelodeon, besides SpongeBob, there wasn't really anything I adored. Like, I know a lot of people like Danny Phantom and what the heck's that show called? Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, Fairly Odd Parents. Fun fact. I don't know if I told you before.
I think a family member was a part of making it, right?
Yes, he wrote episodes for the final season.
That's really cool, man. Yeah. No, that's awesome. I listen. I personally didn't like it, but to each their own. I feel like it was a really good show if people all around the world were watching it. So there's that. However, there was an animated Alvin and the Chipmunks series that I used to watch all the time because I grew up around watching all of their movies, which were personally like some of my favorite animated films. And then, I guess while we're on the movie topic, should I just talk about my favorite movies growing up too?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I really liked the Despicable Me series for sure.
Have you seen yesterday? They came out with a new trailer.
I did see that. Yeah. My cousins went nuts.
That was so unexpected.
Yeah, no, I know. That's pretty cool. They also had a Super Mario commercial going on.
I'm so hyped.
Yeah, no, that's just gonna be good. That comes out in April, I believe, right?
Oh yeah, April 1st.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Hopefully they're not fooling us. Yeah. And then I guess while we're on that topic, did you see the Steve Urkel and George Costanza commercial that they did for Dunkin' Donuts?
Which one was that?
I forgot like all the characters. I think Ben Affleck was in it as well.
Really?
I think they were all getting like a drink at Dunkin'.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that was pretty funny personally because like Full House, Family Matters was a 90s sitcom, so I'd always watch that on the side of Full House. And like I mentioned before, Jaleel White is the voice actor for Steve Urkel, who was a very, very funny kid. He also made a crossover in Full House.
oh, yeah. Full House had a lot of crossovers from what I remember.
Frankie Valli.
Frankie Valli. I
He
was
made
gonna
an
say
appearance.
that.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs.
Yeah,
Can't
no.
take my eyes off you.
There you go. Yeah. Did he make that song, Oh What a Night?
I don't remember because I don't know the singer. I just remember his song. I don't remember Frankie Valli. That
Yeah. They also had the legendary basketball player Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was in the show, teaching Jesse how to play basketball for the celebrity game.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I know we're circling back to Full House a little.
Oh,
I
yeah,
apologize,
it's
but
alright.
in terms of cameos, that was really. I mean, I guess you could consider what's his name? Oh my gosh. You know, DJ's actor Candace Cameron,
Yes.
right? The brother. What's his name? Do you know him?
Bro-
The brother was pretty famous
I didn't know she has a brother.
in real life.
I'm trying to think.
It's not coming to me right now.
I'm not that good with actors.
No, it's all good. But my point is, he was famous, and he also starred in Full House. But yeah. Back to movies. What were your favorites growing up? I want to hear more about you. I feel like I was yapping a lot. So go ahead.
Wait, favorite what?
Movies.
Oh, favorite movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, I lost track.
You're good.
Because that's the thing. I have so many. Like, I can't pick like a particular favorite, but
It's fair.
I actually one that I recently watched. I don't know if any of you have seen Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. It is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Okay.
Like, you don't even have to be a fan of Shrek to be into it.
Sure.
It basically teaches you a lot about valuing your life.
Sure.
How what they did with the villain was incredible. There were two incredible villains. One was there's a little bit of a spoiler about Death himself. He was kind of like a Grim Reaper in the form of like a big bad wolf, and
Sure.
he basically was chasing Puss in Boots. He was inevitable, and Puss did not realize this until like he basically told him he's straight up just death. So
Right.
Puss was wasting all his 9 lives. So and then Jack Horner, the other guy, that guy was a complete psycho. He's just the definition of evil. In like he was basically like using all his men to go after like the other guys hunting for this wishing star map. He was so ruthless. So yeah, don't ever be like him either. But
There you go. Valuable life lesson learned, right, guys?
Yeah, that movie just really teaches you a lot about like not just like valuing your life, but also like how like just relationships and stuff like that. How what's in front of you should matter. You know.
Sure. Yeah.
We got like 2 minutes left. Any last things you would like to say, Vinny?
Hey, I would like to close this off with a PSA. If you guys ever have a friend that's in need of any sort of help, I encourage you, please reach out to them because the world is tough. All right. And, I'm not going to get into it personally, but, always be there for the ones that are there for you, for sure. Because we don't know what happens on the inside. We only know what happens on the outside. So I just, once again, encourage you guys, check in on all the people you love. All right. Make sure they're doing good because it's a tough world out here. So I just like to end off with that.
That was beautifully said.
Yeah. I do my best.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, Thank you all so much for watching. This is Daniel JV and
Vinny G.
Vinny
That's
G.
right. That's it.
This is Daniel J on radio. I will see you. Will I see you next week? I'm not so sure about it. If not, I will see you soon. Peace.
Peace out. All right.